Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Did you notice that we got a 5-second countdown today and we normally have a 3-second countdown?
I did not notice because in my brain I was thinking about something else. Full disclosure.
Well,
So after we
good
introduce
morning.
ourselves, I'll tell you where my brain went because it
Okay, all
actually
right.
came to it. So
Well, welcome to the Wellness Wake Up Weekly. And we are already at episode 21, correct? I believe. Yes, episode 21. Let's reframe self care. How exciting. Isn't it amazing? We've been doing this for 21 weeks in a row.
I know. And I feel like we're getting better, which is good.
Yeah.
And I have fun doing this I look forward to it.
Me too. Me too. And if you are hopping on, be sure to say hello. Even if you're watching the replay, it's okay. Drop a comment, say hi, let us know where you're watching from. Feel free to share what your weather is like. Today, here in upstate New York, it is absolutely foggy, foggy, foggy. I can hardly see.
I woke up to at 4 o'clock this morning and it was already 50 degrees.
Ooh, wow. Heat wave. Oh my
Now,
goodness.
I would say that that sounds wonderful, but I also know that when it's 50 degrees at 4 o'clock in the morning in February, it usually means we've got a storm coming.
Ooh, yeah.
And
Like
I'm not a
this.
weatherman. That just seems to happen because I'm like, yay, it's nice. Oh, it's gonna get nasty.
Yeah, it's like the calm before the storm.
Yes,
Well, enjoy the warm weather while you have it before the storm hits.
yes, I will.
All right. Well, let's introduce ourselves. Go ahead. You can go first, Christine. Let everyone know who you are in case we have brand new watchers here.
And I hope we do. My name is Christine Lunsford. I am in North Central Arkansas. I am an Empower You coach. I coach women I empower you to be your
Yeah.
own wellness advocate. That's really my goal. So, anyway, I live here with my sweet husband and 4 Jack Russells. One of them is in here with me. So, we will pray that she stays quiet. No promises. And really just a joyful life. I love it.
So awesome. So awesome. And I am Carrie Marie Vaughn. And I mentioned that I am in upstate New York. I am an Unstickify Your Life coach. And I'm also a certified elite performance coach as well. And actually, Christine, you did not mention your brand new certification. Hold on, we need
Okay.
to go back to Christine for a second before I continue.
So 2 years ago, I started a certification for a naturopath practitioner, and I don't want anybody to think that that means I'm a naturopath doctor. That's not what that means. But about 6 weeks ago, I decided to delete my game on my iPad and refocus, and I completed it this week. So I was super excited, and
Yay.
it's very
So she is now officially certified.
yes. Now I'm not registered in the state of Arkansas yet, but I am going to look into that. But it's interesting. And I think you can speak into this too, that when you've done this much work around something, I found myself lowering the value of it because like I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to celebrate and I thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely celebrate. It's a huge accomplishment. You have been working on it for 2 years. So yes, celebrate. This is big and it's awesome that you're now able to offer this additional services to your clientele. So that's amazing. So, back to me. I live with my husband. We have 3 adult children, one of which who is living here with his girlfriend right now. And we personally have 3 cats. They brought 3 cats and a dog. So we have a total of 6 cats and a dog living in our household. We also have one other grand kitty that lives out in Utah with our one daughter. And our oldest daughter who lives in California, she's looking to get a cat at some point in the next year. So we'll have so many grand cuties. But anyway, with that being said, is I love to help people to get unstuck and into flow, into momentum, into action, and working toward those goals and dreams and helping you to live into your true purpose because we were not we were not born to be suffering all the time, to be sad all the time, to be stressed all the time, to be overwhelmed all the time. That is not a natural way of living. And so I help people to break free from that and get into a place where they're able to take action, and not just regular
Mhm.
action, but focused, and be clear, and have clarity around the actions and the goals. So anyway, I'm excited. I was actually just featured on the radio this week.
No, that
So
is so cool. I mean, like, I looked at that and I went, "I know a celebrity." Well, I kinda already knew a celebrity because, I mean, you've been on stages and you've been, written books, published author, but yeah,
True,
so
true. We should mention our books really quick before we dive into the topic. But I love the topic we're talking about today. By the way, we're talking about self care. And so, self care is a big thing for both Christine and I. We're excited to share with you, but helping you to reframe it a little bit, because I think that we all kind of get this idea of what self care is and the idea around it. And so, we're going to dive into that. But let's quickly mention our books that we have. We have both published books, so that's exciting. And Christina's
oh,
working on another one right now.
I am. So mine is Wrong Answer, Empowering Women to Be what is the empowering you to be your own wellness advocate. I had to stop and think what my tagline
I
was.
thought I had it sitting right here, but it's on my bookshelf back there, so I can't grab it
Well,
real
mine's on my bookshelf too, so
quick.
okay, you have more than
And
one
I
book.
have Yes, I have Mom Mantras, the daily affirmation guide for mothers of all
Mhm.
kinds, which is sitting right here. And this is wonderful because it's not just for moms. I've had actually some readers be like, and for grandpas too. But it's so simple to read, but it can be so
Mhm.
powerful. If you are having a moment where you need a little bit of extra motivation, or you're kind of feeling sad, you just pick up the book, open to a page, and you're meant to read that. Or you can go through one page at a time and have that be your mantra for the day. You can go through it in whatever way works best for you. And then I also have Unstickify Your Life, which is a 30-day workbook. I'm actually in the process of working on a new book that will pair along with that. That's an actual book. And so the one I already have released is a workbook, and that's a 30-day, literally an experience. So it takes people from day feeling stuck, stressed, overwhelmed, all of that, and then takes you on this journey. And there are check-ins along the way to see how you're feeling and all of that. So it's incredible. I'm so blessed to be able to bring that to people. And I love Christine's book. I have read it. It's so helpful. And especially if you've ever been through something where you're like, I know something's a little off and I
Mhm.
cannot put my finger on it, and you've gone to doctors and you're not getting the right answer, you're getting the wrong answer.
Exactly, and that is why it's called Wrong Answer.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
the cool thing is I after I finished my naturopath, I don't stop running. So, I started a holistic health practitioner certification like 2 days ago. And it spoke into, and you and I are both this way. Wellness isn't about the symptom. It's about the entire body. It's about
Hmm.
so it's everything encompassed. So that it's been kind of cool. But um
Yeah. Amazing. And that's a really good segue into what we're talking about
yeah.
today. Um, because self care is a huge way of taking care of your wellness, and kind of what is the right word that I'm trying to think of? It's a preventative thing.
Yes. Well, and
So that before you get into feeling like super sick or yuck or in pain or whatever, if you have been taking care of yourself along the way, it's preventative. It's like going to get your teeth cleaned all the time to try to avoid getting cavities.
don't freak out when you
It's
get
the
a
same thing.
cavity. Go, hey,
Yeah.
okay, notice moment. My body's trying to tell me something. And then you ebb and flow with it.
Yes. And you're the cool thing is that if you are really good, if you get really good and down and dirty with your self-care on a very regular, consistent basis, the cool thing is that if you do get sick or get injured or
Mhm.
something, most likely you're able to heal so much quicker or get better so much quicker, because you're already in that routine of caring for
Mhm.
yourself. And that's the big thing. So let's dive in here, because self-care is not selfish, but burnout can be very costly, very costly,
Absolutely.
financially, emotionally, mentally, our time, our loved ones.
All of the things.
We
Okay,
could go
so
on and on and on of what it can cost us if we don't start taking care of ourselves, because and we cannot feel guilty about taking care of ourselves, about taking the time,
abs
because it's just so
absolutely
important.
not. And, so Lee from conference, I can't think of her
Mm.
last name. I wanna say it's Davis, but anyway, Lee had posted
Yes,
just
yes,
a
it is.
little bit ago that we got hit with a solar flare last night.
Whoa,
So,
really? While we were sleeping?
yeah, so self-care also pulls into this because if you wake up and go, "Oh," because that's what she posted. Does anybody feel off today? And all of these people were posting, I felt angry, I felt sad, I felt so the awareness for the self-care to know, hey, wait a second. It's that also.
Mhm. Yes, awareness on how you're feeling and what
Absolutely.
you can do around that. Yeah, for sure. So those of you who are watching, drop a yes in the comments if you have ever felt that self-care is unrealistic sometimes. That it's just you don't know what to do, or you can't fit it into your day, or you don't, or you feel guilty when you do take time to take care of yourself. Like, drop a yes if any of that
Or
resonates with you. If you're sometimes like, you know what, it's just so
or
unrealistic.
too
I
expensive.
really cannot take care of myself.
Or too expensive. I've heard people say that. It's too expensive. I'm like,
Yes,
really? What do you think you're
yes,
worth?
exactly.
That is a worthy issue. Notice moment for anybody who had that immediate thought, I can't afford it. That is not about the money. It's about your self-worth.
Mhm.
But that's
100%.
that's another topic for, for another day. So
Yeah, yeah, we actually should really dive into self-worth at some point in the future, because that's a big thing. Almost
it's a
every
big
single
thing.
client I have ever worked with, really at the heart of a lot of the problems that they experience, it comes down to lack of
Well,
self-worth.
that was the
And
stuck
it's
point you took away from me.
and you know what the
Okay.
crazy thing is that just think about the moment we are born. God did not place us on this earth in any way other than to be loved and cherished, and you're brought into this world being loved by God, by your family, by whomever, but there's always some sort of love. And for some reason, as we go through life, we sometimes start to lose that self-love, that self-worth, and we don't prioritize ourselves anymore. Our time, our money, whatever it may be. We talk bad to ourselves all the time. All of that
Mhm.
is just a sign of lack of self-worth. All right, we won't dive down that
I
rabbit
know.
hole.
Well, okay,
But
so we
let's
can
talk
pull
about
into that though, that
self-worth.
it's not something you have to earn. This isn't
Yeah.
something you earn. It's not a luxury only, and we're not knocking luxury. So if you want to go for a spa day and make it luxurious, by all means, but don't think it needs to
Yes.
be all or nothing. Like you don't need to go have a luxury spa every day to feel amazing. That's not what we're saying.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Self-care can take so many different forms. It does not need to be luxurious to be considered self-care. We'll dive into some of the ways that we do self-care in our own lives, but there's so many other things out there, and it's really up to the individual person, really, of what is considered self-care.
Absolutely.
Um, but what it is, like, self-care is supporting you. It's a support. It's not any kind of indulgence. You're not indulging in self-care. It's nothing to feel guilty about taking time or investing money in any form of self-care, because you're taking care of yourself.
Absolutely.
And so that's just, I wanna make sure that people understand this.
Yes, because,
Sometimes it's so
okay,
hard to.
you always hear this analogy and sometimes it doesn't land, but you always put your oxygen mask on first. Because if you
Mhm,
fall out, who's gonna take care of your family?
mhm. Yeah,
I mean, and
yeah,
moms are very guilty of this.
yes. So, and I mentioned before, it's preventative. Self-care is preventative. It's not reactive. So you shouldn't be doing self-care in reaction to something else going on in your life. You should already be doing self-care.
Yes, yes.
So, So let's talk about some examples so that people know like what we're talking about when we're talking about self-care, because there's not like a set thing that yes, this is self-care and no, this is not. No, it really is.
What
uh
fuels you?
yeah, exactly. What fuels you? What brings you joy? What helps you to stay calm and peaceful? All of those things. And sometimes like for instance, I know a woman, her kids went to school with my kids, and her form of self-care was running. She ran all the time. For me, whoa, that's the opposite of self-care. That is torture.
Oh, I know.
So
Okay, so here's another good one that just popped into my head. You get invited to a party. It's all of your best friends. There's going to be music. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun. Now, all the introverts out there are going, and all the extroverts are going, really? That's self-care if it fuels you.
yes, exactly. If you can say yes to something like that, if it fuels you and it excites you, then yes, just the act of saying yes and
Yeah.
attending that party is a form of self-care. For those of you who get freaked out by just the thought of that, by you saying no to that and not feeling like you have to people please, just because you're invited doesn't mean you have to attend. If you can say no to a situation that stresses
Mhm.
you out, that's a form of self-care,
Yes,
because saying no to things that do not align with you and do not make you feel good, that is a form of self-care in itself. Just the fact of saying no,
exactly.
setting
Setting that
boundaries.
boundary, and boundaries don't have to be aggressive.
Mhm.
So for me, if somebody said, um, "Hey, do you want to come to a party at 8 o'clock at night?" My response would be, "Oh my gosh, yes, that sounds amazing." And I get to pass because I go to bed before that.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, and it really also depends on what it is and who's gonna be there and the type of activities. Like, there's so many factors that are like, "Is this a thing that I really wanna say yes to, or is it a thing that I really should say no to because it's gonna
yeah.
drain me?" So,
And of course, food. We talk about food for everything. The
oh my
food
goodness.
that you fuel your body with, can
Mhm.
be self-care,
And the supplements as
and the
well.
supplements. I mean, like last night I went, "Oh, I don't know that I'm gonna be able to shut my brain off." So I went and got some Calm, and that was which I normally take it every night, but for some reason I didn't have it set out. And I went and grabbed it and went, "Okay, here's my self-care. Night night."
Yep. Yeah, so it's like you choosing the options, and I shouldn't even say like the healthy options, but choosing the options for the food and supplements that fuel your body, that make you feel good and not feel yucky. Because you might love the taste of pizza, and maybe you're like, that's a form of self-care, is eating pizza. But if it gives you a stomach ache because of the cheese, because of the gluten, because of whatever, it doesn't matter. If it gives you a stomach ache, then it's defeating the purpose, and it's gonna it's gonna give you something that you have to then be troubled with as far as not feeling well. And so it's making that decision of what helps me to feel good and fuel my body.
Mhm.
And maybe if you just love that pizza so much, just the taste of it or the act of eating it, but it makes you feel yucky, find something that is an
Yes.
alternative to that, that's similar, that you can still find is self-care. Although we want to make sure that we are not thinking of food as a like a reward or a form of
Right.
self-care, but making sure that the choices you're making around your food and supplementation are a form of
Yes.
self-care.
We're
So
talking
that's
choice,
two different things.
intentionally choosing. And
Mhm.
that's one of my new coaching programs is intentionally choosing food freedom. Um,
Yeah.
okay.
And prioritizing sleep, you
Oh, yeah.
mentioned this. If you were invited to a party late at night and it's time for you to go to bed, by you saying no to that, not only is it setting your boundaries, but you're prioritizing your sleep,
Mhm.
because sleep is so important. Sleep is when our body replenishes itself. It heals itself. It does so many things while we are sleeping, but we need to be in a deep sleep and for an extended period of time. We don't sleep just because, we sleep because we need to.
Exactly. Yes.
So prioritize that sleep.
And asking for help.
Yeah. That's a hard one, but such a good one, because once you do it and you get that support you need, whether it be from a friend, a family member, hiring a coach. Oh my goodness. Like the amount of times that I have hired a coach that helped me through those things, because it's like, we're in our own little bubble and we don't realize what we don't know. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like we're seeing it from only one angle, and to have somebody from the outside be able to help us through something, whether it be just talking something through, giving us that spark of idea of something, whatever it may be. Or maybe you're having a hard time sticking to a diet or a workout plan. Having the help and support of an accountability buddy, a friend, or even a random person to help keep you accountable to your plan, whatever you're sticking to, because sometimes we just need that little bit of support. Don't be afraid of asking for help.
And
If
be
you are in a
unattached to their answer. Because that's another
Yes.
thing. If you are not asking because you think you're going to be rejected, and then you are, it's okay. Just go, okay, and move
Yeah,
on and ask
right.
somebody else.
The person you're asking for support isn't there to just validate you and your feelings. You're asking for support because you need somebody from the outside to help you as a different perspective, as somebody, who can give you that little nudge that you might need. So
Exactly.
that's also a form of self-care, is just asking for that help and support.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Um,
and we mentioned this before, but just do things that bring you joy. If you are doing things on a regular basis and prioritizing things on a regular basis that bring you joy, like just think about it for a second. One thing that brings you joy. Doesn't it, first of all, just the thought of it make you
makes me
smile?
want to go do it.
Right?
Okay, so mine right now, because it changes some days, but right now
Mhm.
it's refinishing furniture. Like I want to go down and
Mm,
like sand something.
that's awesome. It's so funny because I have so many things that bring me joy.
Oh,
Of
I do
course,
too.
one of the things, the other night we went to Lowe's and we're going through, plants are one of my things that bring me joy. You can tell behind me, I've got all kinds of plants here. I've got plants in my living room, my kitchen, my bathroom. Right now, I have no plants in my bedroom. And so we're at Lowe's the other night and I see this one plant. I'm like, oh, that would be perfect for our bedroom. And then I'm finding this plant and this plant. I'm like, okay, dial it down for a second. I can't go crazy and buy thousands of dollars worth of plants just because I love them all. But it does bring me joy. So there's something about having plants that surround me, being able to do the planting, the watering, all of that. It brings me joy. I love that. That's just one tiny little thing. I love reading. So I'm going to prioritize reading, whether it be
Okay,
audiobooks
so
or physical books.
your planting and your digging in the dirt also regulates your nervous system. Did you
Yeah.
know that?
Yeah, and that's one of the other things.
It's very grounding and it regulates your nervous system. So anybody who loves to go play in the dirt, just go play in the dirt.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah, and when it's not snowy and cold and gross out, get outside with your bare feet. That helps to ground you. It helps to regulate your nervous system as well.
Okay, so
So if you enjoy doing
we haven't even mentioned some of the other things like massage, but I have to mention
Mhm.
this. So yesterday, I went and met with a woman. Her name is Catherine, and
Mhm.
Catherine owns Sea Comfort Spa here in Mountain Home. It is a Halo Spa. And Catherine, if you're watching, I'm sorry if I said that wrong. But anyway, you've seen the salt lamps. Okay,
Mhm.
this is like an entire box that's
Oh,
filled with
nice.
that
Nice.
salt, and then it, like, grinds it up
It's in
and
the
it puts
air
it in the
too?
air. So I got to experience it for, about 10 minutes. We sat in there, and it was cool because we literally are sitting in this thing, fully dressed, having a conversation, and getting the health benefit. It's insane. It
That's
was so
awesome. We have
cool.
a salt cave near us too, and it's like the Himalayan salt. It's literally all around you. And what I love, I don't know if she does this as well, but they're like backlit, so they have lights behind them. So the room is like glowing with this pink. It's so cool. And you can actually at the salt cave that's near me, and maybe it's like that for her too, but you can get massages in the room. Oh, very nice.
Yeah, like the
That's
whole
awesome.
floor is salt, the whole wall is salt.
Wow.
And then
And it's being pumped into the air.
yeah, it's just and it was very reasonable. But that is something that even something like that. Look outside the box.
Yeah.
Massages, you can get reflexology. That's one of the things I want to learn. Is reflexology. And even for that, you can do it on your own self on your hand or even on your feet.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
like, oh my goodness, deep breathing. We've talked about this in almost every one of our
almost
episodes.
every single
Taking
one.
taking a few minutes to just do deep breathing. And it doesn't have to be any specific way, but is if you can feel the breath like like filling your lungs and going all the way down in your gut, like,
I read an entire book about breathing.
and we'll
We're going to
talk
talk
about
about
that
this
more next
next
week.
week, but yeah.
Yes.
So
Next week, we're going to be diving into things that we've learned this month. So we're really excited. We're going to be diving deeper into boundaries and breathing and all kinds of good
and
stuff.
imagine
So,
that. We're going to be
uh,
talking about breathing. I think we touch on it every single week. So it's very
yeah,
important.
because it's that important. And we're not talking about, yes, you breathe naturally all the time. Thank goodness we don't need to think about breathing, but we do need to think about doing deep breathing. And so even if you have like a little reminder, sticky note somewhere, or something that comes up on your phone every once in a while that just says breathe, and see the sticky note, or the moment you see the reminder, you take a deep breath in, like 4 counts in and then 8 counts out. Oh my goodness, that can literally change the moment. Oh, wow. Okay, so we could talk about breathing
I know. So
all day, every
we'll
day.
get completely off of that, but journaling.
Mhm.
Journaling is so big. Like all of my certification that I did for the naturopath, all of the certifications so far for the holistic health, it talks about it. All
Mhm.
the I was
Yeah, not only is it
surprised how much they talked about it, but
I think because first of all, it's like a physical thing, but also it helps our brain. So it's like a little bit of both, like internal
mhm,
and external, the effect that you get from journaling, because it takes what's in our brain and gets it out onto paper. So it's helping us to express ourselves. And the cool thing about journaling is nobody needs to read it except for you. And you don't even need to go back and read what you wrote. It's the act of
mhm.
taking all of the stuff from in your brain and putting it down on paper. In no right way, there's no right way or wrong way of journaling. The cool thing is that you can literally write whatever. There are cool things that you can find, journal prompts and stuff, if you need to get the spark going, but most of the time it's like getting whatever is like clogging up your brain onto that piece of paper and getting it out. But it also helps you to you can journal, like we've talked about actually the last couple weeks, about journaling your progress. If you're going through a journey of some sort, if you're learning something new, if you're trying to eat healthy or work out or whatever, if you are kind of checking in with yourself in your journal of how do I feel, what is this, how do I react to this, blah blah blah, like just ask yourself random questions that are helpful, then you're writing the answers down, and then you can go back and look and see the progress you've made, because sometimes we don't see it
Mhm.
or feel it in the moment, but going back and seeing, hey, this is where I started and this is where I am now. And I of course love to have you rate things. How do I feel on a scale of 1 to 10 about this one thing, and or whatever it is, but the scale rating is so great because that is definitely visible when you see an improvement.
Absolutely. And it's great to see that improvement. Um,
Mhm.
some of my favorite things, red light therapy. I love red light therapy. That does not mean, just so people are clear, sitting in front of a light that's colored red. It's not the same
Mhm.
thing.
Right, there's a
I
special light.
actually dropped mine off to my massage therapist to or not my massage therapist, my chiropractor, because she has things going on and I was like, red light. So I dropped it off to her to borrow it yesterday. And of course,
Nice.
massage.
Mhm.
And if anybody
Yeah.
suffers from SAD, which is seasonal affective disorder, go get a happy light. They're cheap. They're like less than $15. I have one up there. So if I have multiple days where it's raining, it also is good in the spring and the summer. If you have days without sunlight,
Hmm.
those things can be life changing. I read an article many years ago that it was a common thing to have in like Seattle and Alaska because
Oh
they
yeah.
the suicide rate was so high, and
Yeah.
that's because they
It's
had
crazy.
lack of sun.
Right, right. You need that sun, you need the vitamin D, you need the light. Because even if you're getting vitamin D, like supplements for vitamin D, that's different than actually getting out in the real sun. Like getting out in the sun, especially if you can get out first thing in the morning, it helps your circadian rhythm. It helps so many things. And there's been so many studies about the benefits of being in the sun. The sunscreen company is the one who basically told people how dangerous the sun is,
Yeah,
and
and there's some
it's really
disease that yeah, there's some disease that increased, and I want to say it's skin cancer increased after sunscreen.
yeah, isn't
Now,
that
I
crazy?
don't want to go down that rabbit hole, and I'm not trying to make anybody angry. Just
Yeah, yes.
notice moment, go look it up.
Yeah, go look it up. There's all kinds of different research about it. You can see the stats of all of that stuff.
Yeah,
It's what we're putting in our bodies and on our skin that is probably more harmful than the sun and the things that are natural. God gave us all of these natural things that can help us with nutrition, with healing, with all of that. So anyway, all right. I won't go on and on about that anymore.
yeah. Prayer and meditation are a non-negotiable for me every day. And when I say meditation, I usually call them naps, just so you know. If you hear me say naps, it's my brain reset. So if I have been running and running and running all morning in one direction and I need to change directions, I take a nap. I sit down, breathe, and try to calm my brain, which most of the time works only because I've practiced this so long
Mhm.
before I shift gears.
And there are so many, like literally, if you're not sure how to do any kind of meditation, you can't turn your brain off on its own. It does take practice, but there are so many guided meditations on YouTube. Literally, just look it up and start small. Literally, look up 5 minute guided meditation. I love the gratitude meditations because it really helps you to get into a state of
Mhm.
gratitude, which is also so important. Practicing gratitude on a regular basis is so beneficial for so many ways. It helps you to really appreciate what you do have, because sometimes we think that we're in this bad place or we are craving something else. And to put ourselves in the state of really being grateful for all that we have right this
Absolutely.
very moment in life, the people in our life, where we're living, everything that you can be so grateful for, you're going to find that it puts you in such a happy state when you really start thinking about all of the things you're grateful for. And sometimes just making that list, like making it's kind of like journaling at the same time, like making a list of all the things you're grateful for. And like for me, peanut butter is going to be on that list, of course.
Well, and
Cute
I'm just
animals.
sitting here thinking, even breathing, being able to breathe on your
Mhm.
own without an oxygen tank, without a ventilator, without that, be grateful for that because there's people out there that wish they were you. I
Mhm.
mean, it doesn't have to be big things. It's simple things.
Mhm. Yep, there's always somebody that's gonna be in a situation that is less ideal than us, that is gonna look at our life and be like, "Wow, they're not even realizing how, how blessed they are." And so
Exactly.
keep that in mind of that, especially too, like if you have all of your limbs, you've got sight, if you've got, hearing, and you can touch things and taste things, and like you have all of these things that some people do not. So keep that in mind. Sometimes when you're so stressed and you're thinking that everything in life is going wrong, think about the blessings that are surrounding you all.
Clean water.
Yes. We
Isn't
have clean water here.
it's like an insane percentage of the world doesn't have access to clean water.
Yeah. And it's literally surrounding us all the time. We just turn on a sink. I mean,
Mhm.
we're just
So
so blessed. All right. Well, we
anyway,
we won't go on and on forever. Maybe we could
yeah,
do a
we
whole
got sidetracked
episode
on
on
gratitude.
gratitude.
Okay, so morning ritual. For me, this is my big thing. My morning ritual is most of my self-care. which I already mentioned, is, reading my Bible, doing my prayers, doing my meditation. And my mom was so sweet. She bought me some chicory. So this morning I had my chicory, which has gold in it. That's why it's yellow. Um, that's why it's kind
I
of,
have gold in my coffee, and that's part. And oh my goodness, look at how gross that looks, but it's so
yeah.
delicious.
Well, does yours have brew in it? Yeah.
hmm Yeah, it's got my brew, so my mushroom coffee. It's got gold. It's got some fit fuel in there to get in some protein
Yep.
and digestive enzymes and probiotics and prebiotics. Oh my goodness, like there's so much packed into this and it tastes so delicious. I don't even care if it looks gross
Yeah.
like that. Like that does look
Yeah.
gross.
Well, mine doesn't
But
exactly look delicious, but I'm telling you, it is delicious. So the
mhm.
only thing is I am out of my butter and MCT oil that I normally put in mine, but that's okay.
Do you do like Irish butter?
Yes. Like the
Grass-fed
grass-fed
Irish butter?
butter.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Mhm.
Which actually, I just
Kerrygold? Do you do Kerrygold?
yes, sometimes I have, yes. And I just
Oh,
realized
yummy.
that
There's something about that butter. Yum.
there's a woman that she's called Ranch Girl. Literally around the corner from me. She has Jersey cows.
Wow.
I think she sells butter.
Ooh, you should totally look into that. That's
I
awesome.
may have to go buy her butter because that would be awesome.
That would be so
Anyway,
cool.
there's my self-care. I'm gonna go buy butter from her. Um,
She could have your butter back in your coffee in the morning.
that's right. It'd be delicious. And okay, we talk about morning routines a lot.
Mhm.
Another self-care is your evening routine.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, and it's just, it gives your body that wind down.
Mhm.
It's just really if you're able to put together a really nice morning and evening routine that taps into your self-care, that helps on so many different levels. It will help you get a better night's sleep. It will help you wake up more energetically. It will help you put you in the right mindset before you go to bed, when you wake up. There's so many benefits to having a good nighttime and morning routine. And if that means that you have to shift your day a tiny bit or delegate some things to other people so that you have the time to do this, it's
Well,
important.
and I wanna touch
Like
on
you
the
were
time
mentioning.
thing because I can almost hear moms out there and women out there going, "Oh my goodness, I don't have hours to do that." We're not talking hours.
Yeah, it doesn't have
If
to
you
take
have
hours.
the
Self-care is
opportunity to have 2 hours to unwind, by all means. But if you do not, don't let "Oh, I lost Carrie Marie." Carrie Marie, where'd you go? There you
I'm
are.
I'm here. Oh, no, and we have some other there's weird things happening.
There you go.
There,
Okay,
I'm back.
anyway, if you make it a routine, your body's gonna pop into it faster. And
Mhm.
I know drift is something that you take in the evenings sometimes.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's this hot cocoa that I drink in the evening if I really if I've had a day where it's either stressful or very tiring, but I know that my brain is not gonna be able to shut off so that I can actually sleep at night,
Mhm.
I will drink some drift. It literally puts my body into this state of calm. It helps my brain to shut off all of the crazy zillions of thoughts. It just puts like relaxing. It's very
Yeah.
relaxing. And it's a hot cocoa and I mix gold with that as well because that helps reduce inflammation and all kinds of other stuff. So, yeah, I do a little bit of gold and drift at night. But yeah, you were mentioning Calm earlier. Calm is usually my go-to because I don't necessarily have the drift hot cocoa every night.
Right. Well,
But
it's in
Calm is a lot
oh,
easier.
yeah. Well, and you don't necessarily need the drift every night if you're gonna go to sleep, so
Exactly. Right, exactly. The drift has some melatonin in it, whereas the Calm does not.
right.
So there is a difference there. The Calm is a little bit more of just calming the mind,
Mhm.
I feel like. Whereas the drift helps to calm the mind and the body, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. I don't know.
Calm you can
Maybe
take during the day, drift I would not unless you wanna take a nap.
yes, a real
A real
nap.
nap, not a me nap. So, I guess what we want you to leave with is that self-care is a very practical thing for you to do. It
Mhm.
helps you not have burnout because if you have burnout, then it is terrible. And remember that small actions can make a big impact. When we say small, less than a minute, breathing could change your entire day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Or jotting things down from your brain for like 30 seconds. Just quick, do a brain dump. That can literally be life changing. There's so many things you can do in such a short amount of time. That's another reason why I love my stuck point scan, is that I can help scan people and find out how many stuck points they have and release their top stuck point in 15 minutes or less. 15 minutes. Like, that's just a tiny little part of the day. And if it can literally change your life, oh my goodness. So, yes, so many things you can do for self care. Invest that little bit of time in yourself. If there are things that you want to invest money in, don't feel like you are spending. It's investing in you. And
Absolutely.
it helps with you building your self-worth, because in your self-love, because it's so important for you to realize that you are worthy of taking care of yourself, that you are an amazing and loved human being that needs to take care of yourself, so that you can not only live a better life for yourself, but then so that you can show up for other people. If you're a mom, you want to be the best mom you can be. You want to be alive and awake and not sick and all of that when you're caring for your children. Or, if you're a business owner or an employee, you want to show up to that job or that business with your full, healthy, alive and energized self. You don't want to be this like shell of a person. And so taking care of yourself really, really helps you to live a better life, to be feeling better. I mean, who wouldn't want to feel better every day, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So if you're doing the things that bring you calm, that bring you joy, you're just going to live healthier and happier.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Is that?
So we want to know, what's the one
So,
thing you're going to do to prioritize you this week?
yes, drop a comment. Let us know a self-care thing that you are going to do for you, that you are going to prioritize. And not even just this week, like today, literally today.
Today.
What's something you're going to do today to take care of yourself? A form of self-care. Drop a comment, and feel free, drop as many comments as you want. Pop them in. Let's get this going with
Absolutely.
all of
And
the different forms of self-care.
if there's something that we didn't hit that you do, put it in there.
Yes, because it could help spark somebody else and be like, "Oh yeah, that sounds good. I love doing that. I should prioritize that." Or, "Oh,
Yes.
I want to try that. That sounds like it could be relaxing or fun or whatever." So, I mean, like doing anything, like go if you love bowling and you want to go bowling with your family and that brings you joy, that's a form of self-care right there. So,
Absolutely.
do it.
Although that sounds very
Prioritize it.
stressful for me, but anyway.
And dancing.
So I am super excited for next week
Yes.
because we have had a full, actually, year so far
Mhm.
learning new things, especially this month. And we are going to expand on that, touch on that. It's going to be so much fun.
I'm really excited to share some things that I've been learning. So, and to hear what you've been learning. You've already been sharing some of it with me personally, but I'm excited to learn some more from you of what you've been learning. So, yes. So tune in next week. If you haven't already realized, we go live every Wednesday morning for the Wellness Wake Up Weekly. We are live at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. We go live on Facebook and YouTube. And so if you want to check out past episodes, we dive into so many incredible and helpful
Mhm.
topics. And we've been doing this. This is our 21st week. So we've been doing, there's 20 more episodes out there. And so you can find those on our YouTube. Don't even bother trying to look on Facebook. Facebook deletes things after a month, hides things. It's very difficult to find replays on Facebook. So if you want to go watch the replay, go to our YouTube channel. And we each have our own YouTube channel, so you can find it on either one. It's under the podcast section and or the live section. You can find it under both. And or do a search. There's a little search bar in YouTube because YouTube is a search engine.
Yes.
Do a little search for something on our channels that you want to learn about. And most likely you will either find a Wellness Wake Up Weekly episode that is talking about that topic, or you'll find another video that we have out about the topic, because anything to
Absolutely.
do with taking care of yourself, wellness from a mindset, physical, whatever, all of those standpoints, you're going to find something, because we touch on so many different topics, because we want to help to bring things to you to make it so that you can live a happier, healthier, more abundant abundant life and be health in your health and prioritize you and start loving on you. Okay.
Absolutely. Okay, we are over. We got to run.
Yes.
Everybody have a wonderful, blessed, amazing day, and we will see you next week. Same time,
See
same channel.
you. Woo woo.